Happy Easter to you guys. Welcome back to Don's Graphics Design. In this tutorial, I will show you how to design this Easter retreat program flyer with the help of your Pixellab application. Later on, we'll also use another powerful app to enhance the design, make it look so awesome like what you are seeing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So I would love to delete everything to start afresh so that you can see how we're doing this. First things first, I will delete the text and follow my usual design program, which is background, images, and the text follows. So I'm going to delete this text, and right up here we're going to click on the three dots, which will allow us to change our size. So go to image size, and the width should be 1066 and the height of 1280, as you can see here. Once you have this, click on OK, and I think our design size is ready. So after realizing this, the next thing we're going to do is to go to our import button, which is this middle button. So whenever you click on this middle button, it allows you to import. So you can see your import button right here, and I have the background. Now this is the background, and I would love us to crop it out. So we're going to use a 3:4 ratio to click, then you bring it down here this way. Okay, then you click on your check mark and you have this. Now increase this to cover the full length of your design, then you subscribe to the channel. After doing this, go to relative position to make sure that your image is positioned at the right place. So after realizing this, we are going to manipulate this background and change the color into something else very much closer to blue. So we're going to go to color filters, and the first thing I'm going to do is to reduce the brightness of the background and increase the contrast. So come up to hue, and let's change the hue completely to 180. So I believe you can now see that the background has some traces of blue in it, which is just so awesome. After realizing this, click on the check mark, then go to layer and lock this up. So once you have realized this, the next thing we're going to do is to bring in another folder of layer or fading, okay, as I can put it. So how do you do that? Just go to your draw tool. So I have right here, we have a draw tool. Click on the draw tool, increase the pen size and the smoothness, then the radius also. Just tap your finger on the screen and you see this, then click on the check mark, which is here, and you are good to go. So we have our blur already. So the purpose for this blur is to allow us put some text elements into the design. So like I always tell you, your design should not be, the background should not be too bright, otherwise you'll find it difficult put it in your text. So what we're going to do is to change the color into blue also. So let's see, you can change the color into blue, but let's make this blue to be a little bit brighter. Yeah, let's say this one. So what I'm going to do is to go to opacity now and reduce the opacity a bit to, let's say, just about 60. We'll adjust it anyways if it is not going. Then use lazy position now to make sure it's fully covered to the middle. Let's see. Okay, so we can use since we want to include text on the background, let's give it a darker blue so you can easily see it here. So let's make it a darker blue. Let's make the blue to be darker. So as you can see, we're here and we're using this version of blue, which is darker. Good. Now lock this up. Okay, lock this up also, then make a small copy of it, make a copy and reduce it. So we're going to reduce this one now. Okay, reduce this one now, position it here. We just want the downer section of the design to be a little bit darker, much more. So we're going to change the color of this to pure black, then we increase. Okay, we increase. Now we're going to give it the same, going to leave it the same color, same blue. All right, let me take that again. So let's copy this blur. Okay, after copying this, so this is part of background manipulation I'm doing here. This is how you can manipulate your backgrounds when you don't have already made backgrounds. You can easily manipulate your own backgrounds. So let's increase the contrast, the opacity, sorry. So this is what we're going to do here. Okay, just stretch this out. So we have a reason for doing this, because there's a certain text it's going to fall just exactly here. So use relative position to make sure it's on the middle, then you lock this up. Okay, now after realizing this, we're going to go back to import, and I'm going to bring in a background, this one here, right? And we're going to crop it out also. But as you can see, the background is red, which we don't like, so it will not match with the background color. But don't panic, we're going to go to color filters and manipulate everything again. All right, so let's crop this well and see. Okay, good. So go to your color filters and make sure that you can achieve a blue where it is blue. So let's check. Yeah, so at 131 minus 131 you can have a blue hue color. Okay, so how do you do this? Click on the check mark. Right now you're going to click on the check mark, then reduce the opacity a bit to allow it to blend with the background, and click on the check mark and you lock everything up. So now after locking everything up, we can send it down a bit. Let's send this down a bit. All right, okay, good. So it's fine here. Now the next thing we're going to do is to bring in some uniform shapes. So we're just going to bring in these shapes. For now, just place the shapes here. I'm going to bring 3 shapes. This one I'm going to give it a blue color. Okay, blue color. And make a copy, bring it here, make sure they are placed on the same alignment. So for this one I'm going to give it this other pink. So make a copy, and this one. So this one we're going to change the color to purple. All right, to this. Now after doing this, just make sure that you align them to the middle of your work, and you start bringing in the image. So I'm going to bring in the images. Okay, so this is the first image we're going to be using, and I'm going to crop it out. So take note of how I'm cropping it. I just want the face, all right, so that it can be easy to make it fit on those on the shape. So pay attention to what we are doing. All right, okay, so we're going to bring in another. Now let's bring in this one, and like I said, we're just cropping the faces so that it can be easier for it to blend with our shapes. Okay, good. So make sure that it's perfectly aligned. Let's bring in the other image. Okay, so here we have the last image, and I'm just going to crop it so where we think it can fit. Let's reduce this and see how it plays. All right, okay, good. So everything is moving on as planned. Now we're going to do a little bit of editing on these images. So how can we edit them? Just click on the image, click on a particular image, then go to color filters, and let's reduce the brightness, increase the contrast, Okay, that's basically the thing we want to do here. We just want to reduce their brightness, because when you reduce the brightness of an image and you increase the contrast, it becomes more sharper. So that's what we're doing. This is a small image editing hack that you can practice. So as you can see, we have at least enhanced the images a bit. All right, so we are satisfied with the images. We are going to lock them up right now. So let's lock everything up and bring in the church logo. I'm going to bring in the church logo. So here we have the church logo. It's House on the Rock Ministries. All right. I'm going to go to erase color, enable it. It would undo the background. Then I go and change the color to white. All right. So change it to white. Bring it right up here. All right. Place it somewhere on this edge. Then go now to shape. Select a small square shape. And just create a division between the logo and the name we want to give it. So we're going to go to text and write. So this is House on the Rock Abuja Assembly. I have Abuja. So this is House on the Rock Abuja Assembly Ground. So this is their branch in as Abuja. Make this in caps, and we're going to go to a font called Nexa. Let's check this for Nexa. All right, I think it's giving us the vibe. So just reduce this neatly, bring it here, and you can even break the text into 3 beautiful lines. So we'll have Abuja Assembly Ground, but then we're going to reduce the line spacing between the text. Okay, and let's shift it closer to the line. So I have Abuja Assembly Ground. Now this program is an Easter program, of course, so we're going to write Easter. So it's Easter. I see a lot of people writing Esther, Happy Esther. Please, this year you got to change. Don't send Happy Esther to your friends. It's Easter, like I wrote Esther here. All right, so I'm going to change it to Easter. And right now we're going to use a very beautiful script font called the Christmas Wish Calligraphy font. You can download this font from that font. It's freely available. Okay, and for obvious reasons, we are going to go to paddling and paddle the text a little bit by 2 points to the left. Then we can equally increase the size of the text further. All right, so make it the subject of the design, centralize it, and try to shift this upwards. So have Easter. Then we go now to new text and write Easter Retreat. So this is an Easter Retreat program, and of course we are going to use a font called the Archivo Black font for this text. So go to spacing, try to reduce the spacing. I think we can increase this text again. All right, I have Easter Retreat. Then we're going to send the images downward because we will need some space. So just select the images. As you are designing, you will be checking to make sure that somehow it reflects what you want to achieve, but you have to be doing adjustments. Now after writing this, we are going to bring in a scroll. This is one. We call this scroll. If you want to download this kind of resources, you can just go to Pinterest and search for a scroll. So we're going to reduce the size of this, and just place it here. All right. Okay, so we are going to enable now our grid line to make sure everything is on the middle. We need our grid line. Okay, good. So what we're going to do now is to copy this text. So let's lock it up. I'll copy this text to maintain the same font and write 2025. So this is Easter retreat program for 2025. Now, using your relative position button, you can move this faster and even increase it a bit. That make sure that it falls directly on this scroll. Reduce the size now to just about 30, and let's enable the grid again. Good. So we have that Easter retreat 2025. So the theme, we're going to put in the theme now. So the theme, we're going to write theme. And for the theme, we are using a different font. So let's use my favorite font called the Rockford Sans Light. Please, if you've enjoyed the tutorial to this point, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, that's the only way you can support us. So I want to maintain this. Then of course the theme is going to carry the same font as this, so we're going to write, which is look and live. So this theme is drawn from John chapter 3 verses 14 to 16, if I'm not mistaken. So look and live, that's the theme of our program. But then we're going to double tap here on this theme to give it a colon. Okay, make it a colon, then use this. So now I'm going to select the theme and centralize it. Okay, good. Now everything is moving on well, and let's shift the theme closer to the main heading. Okay, good. Now what we're going to do is to copy the theme to maintain the same font and write the date. So this program is happening from the 17th until the 20th, which is Easter itself, of April 2025. So make this all in caps, break it into two beautiful lines, and try increasing it in size also. Now go to line spacing and line spacing, which is this, and reduce the line spacing. Then shift this here, let's reduce this a bit in size. Then it will reduce it in size, we can likely increase the line spacing. Okay, good. Now what we're going to do, we can shift this up. So we're most likely going to shift back the images. So like I said, you have to be doing adjustments as you design. Let's select the images and shift them upwards a bit once again. Then we're going to use our ruler, which is a line. Go to shape, select a simple shape, and bring it here. Then create a partition. Okay, good. Now shift this text a bit, then let's make a copy and write the time. So it's from 5 p.m. daily. And of course we'll make it in capital letters. Now break this into two beautiful lines. Okay, then shift this closer, make a copy of this line, then now use relative position to move it faster. and align it with the other line that we had earlier on. Then make a copy of this text. So this is your copy button. I hope you can see that. Stay on to the channel, continue watching the video, because I'll also show you how to enhance this design. So just stay with us. So it's happening at House on a Rock, ministry premises, Abuja, Nigeria. So if it's too much, we can just leave it at the level of Abuja. We don't really want to overpack our write-ups here. Okay, good. So everything is well in place, and right now what we're going to do is select the date, the time, and the location, and also centralize them to the middle of your work. So what we're going to do now is to make a copy and write the names. So we have Pastor Samuel, then I can reduce this a bit, make a copy and write the next name, which is Evangelist Michael. Please kindly subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. So I have Evangelist Michael, the second preacher. And as you position the names, make sure that they fall on the same line. By the same line, I mean it should align. Right, now the next thing, we're going to copy the same name and write Pastor David. I have Pastor David. Remember, this is just a fictional Easter program flyer design. All right, so Pastor Samuel is the host, so I'm going to just copy this again and write host. And we're going to try to move that real fast using relative position and the position button. So positioning here, but then we're going to give it a different color. We want to give it the same pink. Then we use our right now what we're going to do, we're going to create a tiny partition between the theme and the write-up. So we're going to go to shapes, select a simple shape, and create a tiny partition somewhere here. And we're going to change the color of the partitioning line into this pink. Use relative position to ensure it's on the middle. And with that, we are done with the design on Pixellab. So the next thing we're going to do is to save this design. We're going to save the design. But before we save it, let's try to check if everything has aligned. I think the last image did not align so well with the other, so we're going to select it and try to do the alignment stuff. Okay, great. So yeah, everything is well in place. What we're going to do now is to save the design, then proceed to the next editing application to give the design some vibrance. So stay with us, kindly subscribe to the channel and keep watching the video. Now our design is saved. We're proceeding to the next application. Stay with us. Alright guys, so welcome back to the next application, which is of course Snapseed. Sorry, I always love to use this app to finish up my design, to do some polishing, to enhance the overall look of my designs, and I always love to share with you guys. So if you don't have Snapseed, just download it on Play Store. It's free. Then you click sign in and you will see this plus button, so just tap on it and select your design on your gallery folder. Then the first thing we're going to do is to go to tools. Once your designs load up, go to tool and you will see details. So click on details. Let's increase the structure of the design a bit. Then click down here. You will see sharpening. Click on the sharpening. Let's make the design sharper. Okay, good. Now what we're going to do is to click on the check mark, which is here. Then we click back on tools again, go to tune image. Then you see brightness. Okay, so we can try to reduce the brightness of the design a bit. All right, then click back again here, go to contrast. Let's try to increase the contrast and see. Yeah, so increase the contrast, and as you can see the design is gradually changing. Then what we can do again is to go back, don't touch saturation, increase the ambience, touch the ambience a bit. So let's see, I think we overgave that contrast, so we can try to reduce the contrast a bit. Yeah, then the ambience also to this point. Then we go to the highlights, increase the highlights. Then what again, go to shadows. Let's reduce the shadow and see, increase shadow, reduce shadow. So which one works? I think we have to reduce the shadow a bit. Then we go to warm. Of course this is a cool color, blue, so we're going to reduce the warmness, and you'll see the impact on the design. So I believe you cannot see the magic. Then after realizing all of this, what you're going to do is to click on the check mark and save your work by clicking on export. And yeah, it's safe. So let's check. This is the before and this is the after. Very great difference, so as you can see. And Snapseed is one of those applications you can always use to enhance your designs, as you can see the previous one from Pixellab and the final finishing touches. So guys, that's it for this Easter Retreat 2025 flyer design under the theme Look and Live. The tutorial today will help you to understand how to design church flyers, which are always on high demands from clients. Thank you so much for watching the video, and as you go, please subscribe to the channel. I will leave the resources I've used in the link attached under the video description. Get it from there. Drop your comments, tell me where you watched the tutorial from, and I would love to see you in our next tutorial. Until then, stay blessed. Happy Easter. I love you all.